All right, what up, Who That Nation, Who That Family? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. And let's go ahead on and get into this Bucs Saints recap. Saints headed to Tampa Bay, matchup with the Bucs. Playoff hopes are on the line. The Bucs win, the Bucs are in. Simple as that, you know. Any chance of the Saints winning the division is out of reach. Any chance of the Falcons winning the division is out of reach. All Bucks had to do is just go ahead on, win this game at home in front of their fans, seal up being a division winners, and the Saints just go home and face a Atlanta Falcons team next week without any implications of playoffs on the line. It'll basically be a meaningless game. Saints, on the other hand, everything is on the line for the Saints. You know, they lose, they have no shot at the playoffs. You know, not at all. Like basically elimination game. This is basically the playoffs for the Saints as of now. So, you know, given that I expected a dogfight, you know, I expected the Bucks to win before the game, but I always said, given that the Saints would be more desperate, and I felt like, you know, the more desperate team gonna show up. And on top of that, if you like a conspiracy theorist, you're gonna feel like, man, don't be surprised if the Saints just win this game because everybody said it was gonna be a blowout. I never thought it was gonna be a blowout. I was hoping for a blowout, but I didn't think it'd be a blowout. I thought that whoever won this game was gonna win by, a touchdown or maybe 10 points, 14 at the most. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought it was going to be a dogfight, back and forth type of game. I was just hoping for a blowout for what I wanted. Y'all already know my stance if y'all follow my channel, but you know, I basically was hoping for a blowout, but I knew it was going to be a dogfight, and I felt like, by the Saints being a more desperate team, I wouldn't be surprised in the win. And it's a division game, we know them, they know us, so I felt like with all that combined, on top of, if you like put your little conspiracy theory hat on, when you think the NFL is scripted, you think the NFL is rigged, that the NFL just got too much money on the line to just let the Saints lose versus having the Saints win this game where, like, might get some questionable calls, or it just seemed like everything just going right for the Saints. Just all of a sudden, just everything just going right. I'm talking about just it'll be one of them games where everything just going right for the Saints. And I said this on my Twitter. I said, man, don't be surprised if you see one of them games where everything go the Saints' way when it come to calls. They might get some turnovers. They might have some stuff happen on special teams. Just basically everything go their way. Like it's just gonna be that type of day. And like if you're in a conspiracy theorist and you think the NFL got something to do with that, with money being on the line, and they want the Saints and the Falcons to have a meaningful game in the final week of the NFL season to boost up ticket sales, because now that changes a whole lot. Saints versus Falcons. Had we the lost against the Bucks, that game would have been meaningless, and that dome would have been way more emptier than what it would have been. Saints and Falcons, last game of the year for the die-hard hardcore fans who just don't give a damn, who just want to beat the Falcons regardless. They was gonna go regardless. And you know now with playoff implications on the line, the dome might be way more packer. And like I say, the NFL can't miss out on this type of money and viewership. Like now, people are gonna be tuned in, and on top of that, they talking about flexing that game. It probably get played on Saturday. Us or the Bucks versus the Panthers, and now the Panthers, they don't have anything to play for, but the Bucks, they're gonna have to play their starters. Had the Bucks won against the Saints, they could have rested their starters and treated the Panthers game like a bye week before the playoffs. So now that the Bucks have lost, they have to play their starters, which I think they could still beat the Panthers even if they rest a few starters, because I just think the Panthers are that terrible. Even with Tyrann Mathieu hitting uh Baker Mayfield on the shoulder, I still feel like if Baker Mayfield sit out this game versus the Panthers, they still could beat the Panthers. That's just how terrible I feel like the Panthers are. But it's other ways that the Saints could get in, you know. But there have to be a wild card, and other teams that have to lose, and that's a whole lot of different scenarios that have to take place. So you'll have to be rooting for a lot of other teams, even if the Bucks do win, I believe. But now that the Bucks have to, play their starters, that's gonna cause for more viewership. Now that the Saints, they got to play the Falcons with something that's meaningful on the line, that's gonna cause for more viewership. So you got your conspiracy theory hat on, where you feel like the NFL scripted and rigged, and they probably go and tell the players to do this and do that, and this gonna go in your favor. That is something to look at. I said before the game, I said, don't be surprised if it just be one of them days where the Saints have everything go their way, and everything went the Saints' way today. I'm talking about from the opening kickoff. The Saints ain't scored a touchdown this whole entire season on the opening possession. Not the whole season, but soon as it's do or die, the Saints get an opening touchdown on their first possession. At that moment, I said, "Oh, my fears have came true. This is going to be one of them games where everything just going to go the Saints' way." We scored an opening touchdown. Alante Taylor got his first career pick. Jawan Johnson had his first breakout game. I'm not sure if he got over 100 yards or not, but he damn sure had like at least 90 something yards with like 8 or 9 receptions. Derek Carr played probably his best game, and on top of that, the offensive line was just looking clean the whole day. And on top of that, you look at the defense. Jamal Adams probably played the best game of his career. He got a fumble and he got a interception. What else happened? We got a lucky fumble that Trey Palmer just so happened had fumbled because nobody touched him and he just coughed the ball up. Had he caught that ball, we'd probably having a whole different discussion right now. So we got a lucky gift wrap fumble. I think we had at least 4 or 5 turnovers. We had two. We had 3 interceptions and four, and we had 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. So yeah, man, 5 turnovers. So it's like everything went the same way. Even Lou Headley was punting exceptionally well. Blake Groupie, he had like 2 or 3 field goals made. So everything just went the Saints' way. Everything just went the Saints' way. And this is what I feared, you know. But think about this. Think about this, y'all. Everything went the Saints' way. Yet we still only won by 8 points. Everything went the Saints' way. We still won by 8 points. Everything went our way, went by 8 points. And on top of that, we had 5 turnovers. Think about that. And think about this. Baker Mayfield is the first full season starter we beaten all year. And he ain't nothing but a stopgap starter. Every other starter we beat got benched, or it wasn't even a starter. It was some backup, or it was a third string backup. So think about that. Just think about that. That's all I'm trying to say. But as far as the game go, Tyrann Matthew at the end of the game, who knows? Maybe it was a bounty shot. He hit Baker Mayfield on the shoulder. Maybe Baker Mayfield don't go for that. Maybe he don't play that Panthers game. Who knows? But like I say, the Panthers are so terrible. I feel like they backup quarterback could come in and they'll still do just as fine beating the Panthers. The Panthers are just a terrible team. I really feel like, and that's another thing. If the Panthers had Andy Dalton playing one of those 2 games, we would have lost against the Panthers. Like, and just that just go to show you. And on top of that, we had like a chance to just seal off the game. It wouldn't even much been a chance for that Trey Palmer fumble to happen. It wouldn't have been a chance for him to get downfield and get the 2-point conversion if we had just went for it on 4th and 1. But no, Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael, they have no nuts. Stuff like that can get you beat in the playoffs when you just don't have no nuts. Sometimes you just gotta say, man, we don't even want these dudes with a chance to come back. That opened up things for a comeback. That opened up things for injuries to your defense. Like that opened up a whole lot of can of worms that you didn't even have to open. So think about that. Alvin Kamara, he sustained an injury on his ankle. Um, Hopefully he's okay. You know, me, of course, I wouldn't want him to play against the Falcons. But then again, I still won't want Dennis Allen to have that excuse in his back pocket. You know, like I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of having the excuses in his back pocket. Um, what else happened? The tight ends had a very good day. You know, Taysom Hill, he caught a touchdown. He had a few runs. Foster Monroe, he caught a few catches, I believe. So this was basically a huge focal point of the tight ends and Olavi just moving the chains. You know, the whole offense was dedicated to the tight ends, Olavi moving the chains, and we ran the ball exceptionally well. You know, so we got away from just bombs away. You know, and just dumping it off to Alvin Kamara this game. Like we got away from that, and the game plan worked. I'm surprised that um the Buccaneers haven't adjusted, but it worked. Maybe things would have been different if Shaq Barrett and Carlton Davis was playing. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I feel like they had enough people out there to adjust to what we was doing and kind of slow us down. But I think the main thing about it was they offense. Like the offense for the Buccaneers just wasn't clicking. Like Baker just wasn't clicking with Mike Evans. I think they had a few miscommunications, just a few misreads, and Chris Godwin, he didn't get going to like the fourth quarter. So you know, I just really felt like they didn't get it going with the receiving game, and Rashad White, he's been having a decent season, but he's just not no real explosive type of back to me. And I kind of felt like we weren't just going to have a problem with him, and they just stuck with him. They just kept on sticking with him, and he didn't really have a good day today. I wish he'd have never fumbled that ball that Jamal Adams had made him cough up out, but he did. And I think that was the play right there that just kind of sealed the game for the Saints. Like it was just too much to overcome for the Bucks. Like they dug themselves in too much of a hole to overcome. Was it a chance to still come back? Of course, but by the way the offense was looking that day, I just felt like it's just too much to overcome. I didn't really foresee a Green Bay type of situation happening again. But with Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael, sure, you never know, man. If Trey Palmer caught that damn ball without fumbling, we might be having a whole different discussion right here. We might be having a whole different discussion. And I wanted a blowout, but if we losing 17, if we blowing a 17-point lead, I guess that'd have been just as good as a blowout. But Dennis Allen, he lives to see another day, and I hope this is what you guys wanted because now we're gonna be in misery for the next 3 years. The schedule ain't gonna be no easier next year. These players are getting older. If they're gonna double down with DA, they're gonna double down with DA, and things are just gonna be a roller coaster ride and just be in misery and purgatory for as long as Dennis Allen is the head coach. And we will never, ever win anything of any significance under Dennis Allen. We won't get no deep playoffs runs. We damn sure ain't getting no Super Bowl appearance. Um, at best, we probably get a wild card playoff appearance in a season or two, but I don't think it'll happen next season. But at best, we'll get that. This was the perfect opportunity to run the table. This was the perfect look. The proof is in the pudding. Look at all the teams we beat, and some of the teams that we did beat. Sure, we really got lucky. We really got lucky. You look at the Titans game. That was a damn fumble by Derek Carr, if you ask me. And he had those two wide open guys down the field on those trick plays that they did that Tannehill just missed. We got lucky. Tyson Badger had that was Justin Fields, we probably would have lost. The Colts had that was Anthony Richardson, we probably would have lost. And especially if they didn't have the cornerback go down and the special team players out there checking Rashid Shaheed for us to do them bombs like that. That's been the thing about our offense all season. We be getting downfield off of bombs to Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave. Now today we moved the ball methodically up the field. Today we moved the ball methodically up the field. I'm more of I like when my quarterback can move the ball methodically upfield. Anybody could throw a bomb for 40 yards, 50 yards, and get a touchdown. And the cornerback just slip or the cornerback just get burnt, and you could just get a free touchdown like that. But can you slice and dice the defense? Can you move the ball methodically upfield? Can you change the plays at the line of scrimmage? Uh can you audible about a bad plays? Can you slide protection to where the blitz coming from and just, slice and dice your way surgically, up the field on defense? That's what I like to see from a quarterback. Today we did that, but like I say, today was just one of them days where everything just went our way. Even Dennis Allen, he beat Todd Bowles for the first time. Like this Dennis Allen first time beating Todd Bowles. So, you know, everything just went our way today. Everything. You know, we 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 literally beat them people by 8 points, had 5 turnovers. Everything went our way, all three phases, and still only won by 8 points. So just think about that, people. Just think about that. Um, as far as the defense go, like I say, I like that Alante Taylor got his first pick. I like I say, I want the Saints to lose, but I still want certain players to do their thing. I'm glad that Alante got his first pick. I'm glad that Zach Bond, he's getting his chance rushing the passer. I seen him get a sack. Brian Brzee, he got a sack. So I'm glad that the young players are doing anything. With the fumble, I seen Demario Davis. He running like a bat out of hell when he got that fumble recovery, trying to take it back. If he had like a block or two, I think he could have ran it for a touchdown. But that was kind of wild to see Demario Davis pick that ball up and just run like 20 yards with it. Looking like beast mode or something out here. But who else did good today? I guess Cam Irvin, he did a pretty good job at right tackle once Landon Young went down. So we got some moves to make at right tackle. I don't think Ramczyk is, with that cartilage injury with his knees, I don't think that he's gonna sustain a long career for any longer. And even if he does have a successful surgery, you still gotta think of a succession plan. Without Penning getting in that right tackle today, that just let me know that they probably just move on from Penning. It's not the first time we drafted a guy in the first round and we got rid of him real quickly. Like we did the same thing to Brandon Cooks. It was another player back in the day that we selected in the first round. We got rid of him very quickly. Like, sometimes that just happened, and I really felt like, you know, us not seeing Penning and us not seeing Kendra Miller, I really feel like it's a disciplinary thing. I don't think it's a more of a talent thing. I think it's a disciplinary reason. We seen other guys struggle, but they just stuck with them, and you know, they just wait till they just perform better. But with Penning, we not even seeing him getting in on the jumbo packages. Like we seen Jordan Howden, uh Jamal Adams was starting the day over Jordan Howden, but at the same time, Jordan Howden was still coming in, getting in certain packages. We don't even see Penning getting in on certain packages. So I feel like it's more of a discipline and everything. I think that he probably called out Derek Carr, he probably called out Pete Carmichael, Doug Marone, or maybe Dennis Allen himself. And the same with Kendrick Miller. I feel like they know what these coaches are doing to this team. They could see it. It's just that they so young and they probably just those type of guys that just say what's on their mind that they couldn't help but to say it. The older veterans like Tyron and Demario Davis, they see it too, but they professional. They just know how to just come to work and do their job. And if they speak, they'll probably just, speak in a certain context and manner. They just know how to carry themselves. But certain guys, they just live wires. And Penning and Kendrick Miller strike me as live wires. They're just gonna get frustrated and just tell them exactly what's on their mind. They probably say, "Y'all some trash ass coaches. Ain't no way we got all this talent on this team and had this easy ass schedule, had this easy ass division, and we got a record like we got right now, depending on other people to help us get in the playoffs." That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, but as far as the offense go, the offensive line, they was blocking pretty good with the running backs. Alvin Kamara before the injury, he had some nice runs. You could still see the burst. You could still see the athleticism. I don't know why people thinking that this man has fell off. I really feel like if you swap staffs with the Detroit Lions, we would have their record. And Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams have the same success as Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs have. That's just me. That's just me personally. And even Derek Carr, he'll have the same successes Jared Goff have it. I don't think Jared Goff is just some elite quarterback. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he's an above average quarterback. The same thing I feel like of Derek Carr. I feel like, a lot of people get on Derek Carr this season, and it's very much deserved. But I feel like our main issues is the coaching staff. I feel like that's the head issues, and that's the main issues for all our woes is Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael. You swap out Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael with some competent coaches, you will see a much better Derek Carr. You know, but Pete Carmichael today, the game plans was very focused on the run game. It was very focused on the tight ends, and we played some big boy ball today. And they they came to work and they did their job. Um, as far as the Buccaneers, like I say, I'm surprised they didn't adjust to that. Uh, Devin White, Levante David, we was still kind of running the ball at will, like how we wanted on them today. So, you know, they went in the trenches today, and that's like the focal point of football to a lot of people, and that's what a lot of people feel like we're going to take in a draft. We're going to get faster on a D line. We're going to take a pass rusher in the first round, or we might help out Carr take a tackle in the first round. Penning, he didn't work out at left tackle. Maybe we go left tackle. You still got Ryan Ramczyk on that right side. He's having these injuries. Don't know what's going to happen with his career. We might take a right tackle in the first round, just depending on how the draft falls to us. But I definitely feel like we're going to take a trench player because I feel like the Saints are committed to Dennis Allen, and Dennis Allen is committed to Derek Carr. As long as Dennis Allen going to be this head coach, once we select our pick in the draft, it won't be a quarterback like we all want and like we all need. We're gonna go ahead on and help out Derek Carr on either side of the trenches, help him out with a pass rush, get that ball back for him, or help him out with blocking and protect his blind side or the right side. So it just depends on how the draft fall to us. But I really feel like you know, I wanted the Saints to lose today. I'm very unhappy for the people who are wanting this team to win and make the playoffs even at the expense of bringing Dennis Allen back without a shadow of a doubt. Then that's on y'all. I hope y'all happy with what y'all got because now we just gonna be in purgatory. We're not gonna win anything of significance anytime soon as long as Dennis Allen is coaching his team. He's gonna get out coached by every team that has a good roster and a good head coach. It's just as simple as that. We can only beat up on teams that are just average or below average. And to me, the Bucks, us beating the Bucks is not a surprise. The Bucks is not no good ass team like that. You know, I was hoping they was gonna blow us out, but I knew they weren't gonna blow us out. They're not no good team. If anything, a lot of the teams that the Bucks have beaten, that wasn't even impressive wins to me. Yeah, they beat Green Bay. That's not impressive. Yeah, they beat the Jaguars. That's not impressive. Yeah, they had like 4 good games in a row. They had a month worth of, winning football. To me, they just competent. They are pretty decent roster and they competent. And what Baker Mayfield is doing, that's what you ask for out of a stopgap quarterback. You know, just man this ship until we find our guy. And that's going to work out good for us, and the simultaneous is going to work out good for you because we either going to keep you and give you a nice contract, or another team is going to want to sign you to a nice contract, and you can revive your career. That's what you ask out of the stopgap quarterback. The Bucks ain't no team that we beat that I just felt like, oh well, this is a good team despite their record of 8-7 or whatever it was today. Yeah, they're a winning team, but at the same time, that's a stopgap quarterback in Baker Mayfield, and they're not going nowhere in the playoffs when they make it to the playoffs. They're not going nowhere. They might upset one team, but after that, they're going to get bounced out the next round. So that's that's just how I feel about the Bucks, man. That's just how I feel about the Bucks. And a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, you keep saying you want Dennis Allen fired, but they keep saying that they're going to keep Dennis Allen. He's not going to get fired anyway." I'm thinking about the long game. I'm thinking ahead of time. Let's just say we lost these last 2 games in a blowout, or let's just say we lost these last 2 games. Period. Like we ain't even got to make it a blowout. Let's just say we lost these last 2 games. Okay, that carries over into consideration into the next season. If we lose these, if we was to lose, let's just say we lose to the Falcons, and we lose to the Falcons, we will for sure have a losing record. We will have a losing record. We will be 8-9 on the season. So that means we have a losing record. We missed the playoffs. We lost to a rival at home in the dome for the final game that we couldn't get the job done. And let's just say that carries over into next season. Let's just say next season we're 3-5. 8 games in, we 3-5. Those last two games going to be in consideration. The last two games of this season. Like all that's going to be in consideration. So I'm thinking ahead. Yes, it's possible Dennis Allen is, safe with his job. Yes, that's possible. But you're going to take the season that he had the first season. You're going to take this season right here with this easy schedule. Everybody know it. They might not say it, but they know it. You're going to take that in consideration. And if next season, which I think is going to happen, after 8 games, we're going to have a losing record. That's going to be grounds for firing. That's going to be in consideration of firing. Now, we don't know how much he's getting paid. We haven't seen the contract. Me personally, I don't think that makes much of a difference. I don't think that's any type of big deal. I think whatever he's getting paid, it, they could still pay another head coach even more than that if they wanted to. Whatever he's getting paid, they could have doubled that for Sean Payton if Sean Payton wanted to come back. Trust and believe that. So I don't really make too much out of what he's getting paid. I don't think that hurts Gail Benson checkbook. You know, that's just my opinion. So that's how I feel about that. I'm gonna go ahead on and open up the phone lines. Everybody could call and say what they want to say. I'm gonna just get to the comments first, real quick. We got Mike. He says, "Hey, what up, Mike? What up, Dana? You in the chat again? Who that? No cap family Saints. Okay, what up, Dana? We got Trav 504. What up, Trav? Dana says the way I see this playing out is Saints beat the Falcons and Bucks beat the Panthers. This win didn't secure anything. I'm not convinced one bit. But yeah, Dana. I mean, it's only prolonging the inevitable. It's prolonging the inevitable. I feel like if the Saints beat the Falcons, yes, I do feel like the Bucks are still going to beat the Panthers. But I wanted to where the Saints lose to the Falcons. That way, you know, it's not even a glimmer of hope for the playoff chances for Dennis Allen. I don't even want a glimmer of hope for Dennis Allen. And let's just say we beat the Falcons. I don't even want them to say, dang, we was just a Panthers win away from making the playoffs. I don't even want that. I don't want that for this dude. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the excuses. Do you see what the Browns are doing with Joe Flacco? They went through 3 or 4 different quarterbacks. They had a whole lot of injuries on their team. Way harder schedule than we had. And they still had a double-digit winning team. Double-digit winning team. Now, let's just say the Saints had won maybe 11 games. Then it's like, okay, I could understand. But even if we won 11 games, context still matters. The fashion you win in these games matters. You know, everybody seen it with the Vikings last season. Everybody knew they was going to get bounced out in that first round because they was frauds. They were just on the lucky side of the football way too many times last season. And it's only so long that can happen. NFL knew what they were doing, putting the Bucks playing the Panthers last and the Saints playing the Falcons. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. I think that you should play the division game last, a division opponent, because it does make for good entertainment, and that's one thing that's one thing the NFL is going to try to do, make it entertaining, make it suspenseful, make it, you know, edge of your seat, wondering what's going to happen next. And as much as people are going to say it's scripted, it's rigged, people are going to still come back and watch and see what's going to happen. So it don't matter. And as long as people are talking about it, just like with the Lions game, with the that was they scammed the Lions. They cheated. As long as people are talking about it and engaging, especially with the power of social media nowadays, that's all the NFL can ask for. You got Jerry up in the building saying no cap. What up, Jerry? Dana says, I wonder if we're the only team who have their divisional games last. Nah, a lot of other teams across the NFL have it last, Dana. Sure. Some teams come out the gate with a divisional game. Sometimes they first game of the season is versus divisional opponents. And some people don't like that because it's like, damn, right out the gate, you lost a division game that was so important. Yeah, it's early in the season, but that has ramifications later on in the season. And, a lot of people don't like that. Like, we didn't start out with a division game. We started out versus the Titans, which is kind of good because if you lose, it's not all that important because it's not a divisional game or a conference game in the NFC. It's an AFC opponent. Hopefully Kendrick Miller comes back next game. Yeah, I'm a fan of Kendrick Miller, man. I remember Mark Ingram, he started out his season rough with the Saints. um, it wasn't until like year 4 where he got it together and he started being really good. But we was patient with him, and he started getting very good in pass protection. He started getting very good with his patience and his visions and hitting the hole right, um, carrying the ball better, and catching the ball out the backfield. He got better at all those things, and sure, he became a pretty damn good ass running back for us, and within our Saints organization franchise history. But I see a lot of uh Mark Ingram and Kendrick Miller. That's what I see. Jerry says, I hope so. Pammy Whammy, what up, Pammy? Hell no, no cap. Hello, no cap, no filter. Hey, who that family? How you doing, Pammy? Thanks for joining up the show. Pammy said, really, it was a blowout. Uh, yeah, yeah, it was kind of was a blow. I mean, they came back at the end, but you know, they didn't pull it off, and I'm pretty sure that Dennis Allen press conference, he about to be talking a whole bunch of cash money shit about Derek Carr. And just think about this: Mickey Loomis, Dennis Allen about to be talking about a whole bunch of shit. Now we got to hear all that dumbass shit that they about to say and say, "Oh, I told you so." Oh, look at my quarterback now, and all that. What y'all gotta say? We're gonna have to hear all that, and even David Carr, he gonna pop his shit with the Philadelphia fans because he was telling everybody that Marcus Mariota should start and Jalen Hurts should be on the bench. And then you're gonna have Darren Carr, who everybody blocked. Darren Carr, brother on Twitter. You're gonna have Darren Carr. He gonna be popping this shit about his brother Derek Carr today. So the whole call is about to be at full throttle today. They about to be at everybody. Dana says I don't want that either. Yeah, man. Well, I'm about to open up the phone lines. If anybody wanna call in and speak their piece, they could go ahead on and you know sure come on and let me hear what you got to say. Let me post this in the comments. All right. The phone lines are open. If you got anything you want to say about the victory today, feel free to come join the show. Come speak with me and sure let everybody know what you got to say and how you feeling, man. How you feeling about the win? Are you happy we won today, or you mad we won today? Let me know. Like I say, I'm very extremely upset we won today. Like, I was very hoping we lose and put the nail in the coffin on Dennis Allen playoff chances. But like I say, I did like to see our young guys, eat. I like to see Jawan Johnson. He finally having a breakout game. I'm liking to see that Alontae Taylor finally got his first career pick. Brian Brzee, you know, and I felt like Brian Brzee was going to be a good pick for us. Like, I really felt like he was going to be a good pick. I don't think he's having a dominant season like some of these other rookies are having, but he's having a good, season for what we got him at, for our value that we got with him. But yeah, Saints had one. I really feel like that is detrimental for us to win this next game. Is limp in the playoffs and get some help from the Panthers or whoever else that we get help for. Because now they're gonna look at this season and say, "Oh well, Dennis Allen, he made it to the playoffs." But if you just really step back and just look at everything, how everything unfolded, you look at our schedule, you look at the teams we beat. Baker Mayfield is the only starting quarterback that we beat all season that was a starter from the full season. If you just look back at that, just think about that. But uh what else happened that's worth talking about? Yeah, sure. We basically just gotta play the waiting game right now. Like, we're gonna have to wait to see what's going to happen with everything else. They actually was talking about flexing the Panthers in the Bucks game probably. So if we could get that game on Saturday before we play, we could know exactly what we playing for. Because if the Bucks go ahead on and win, well, it's pretty much is over for our season, no matter what we do against the Falcons. But I would still like to lose to the Falcons just to have a losing record on the season. I just want a losing record under DA, have that on the resume because all this is going to be taken into consideration when that final judgment day where we're gonna, think about bringing him back and. Because we still don't know what his extension is. Like, I don't know for how many years we have this guy. Like, I just want to at least be able to know how many years we got him for. Like, we have him for 2 years, we have him for 3 years, which all that could still change because if we go into the next season under and after 8 games, we're 3-5. Who knows what can happen? We lose the next game after 9 games, we're 3-6. Who knows what can happen? I say this all the time, man. Friendships can change, relationships can change, and even business partnerships can change. After so long, if somebody not cutting it out, you're gonna have to make a change. You're gonna have to make a change. You're gonna have to separate yourself from that person or those people. And if you know they don't have your best interest for success, for whatever y'all got going on, you gotta move on. You gotta move on. So I wasn't expecting Mickey Loomis to just be coming out not supporting uh Dennis Allen full throttle. I wasn't expecting that. Not with playoff hopes on the line. Now, if playoff hope, like if we was eliminated already, then okay, Mickey Loomis, he could basically say, well, we'll look into that in the off season. We ain't really thinking about that right now. We're just gonna let the season play out. He'll probably come up with a response like that. But when you still have a shot at the playoffs, you're going to want to motivate your coaches to the fullest extent. You're going to want to back your coach to the fullest extent. So, you don't want to have them just looking over their shoulder because that could kind of, throw them off from game planning to go win these games that you got to go win. You know, that can have them backpedaling on that. But like I said, man, when we play a competent coach and a competent team, that's we see a whole different type of Saints, and that's going to be nothing but competent coaches and competent teams and quarterbacks in the playoffs. I'm saying it again. I'm not surprised by this Bucs win. The Bucs are not a good team to me. Yeah, they have a good record, but you got to remember they was playing a lot of the same teams we played. They just played the division winners, but they was playing a lot of the same teams we played, which is not a good schedule. Us, the Bucs, the Panthers, the Saints, the Falcons, we all played a pretty favorable schedule. It's just the Bucs had won a division last year, so they played the division winners, this season. But still, they were had a favorable schedule to, have a decent record and win a division. But I'm not impressed by the Bucs. I'm not impressed by us beating the Bucs when they was having this whole, run that they was on. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, he's reviving his career. That's cool. I like to see when a quarterback just go to a new place and they could just revive their career and, get that monkey off that back. But of course, I didn't want him to just have no good career like this coming into the season because I want all our division to be sucked. But after that Vikings game, that's when I just seen things clearer than ever. Like I just know it's gonna be way more detrimental for us to win than lose. It's gonna be way more detrimental because we cannot have Dennis Allen on this team, coaching this team. We cannot. I started seeing more clearly than ever. Like after that Vikings game, I was completely shut out. I was completely detached. I was completely emotionally uninvested. Like I said, we gotta lose, so this dude gotta get fired. Like we have to lose, so this dude get fired. It's no way we can have success with this man. I don't care what offensive coordinator they bring up in here. To me, if they bring a good offensive coordinator up in here and they get Derek Carr right, it's not gonna be no different than the Bucs. I feel like Derek Carr, he'll have a good season where he revive his career and will win some games. But at the same time, we still not going to win anything of significance. Well, we might win a division. That probably be the only significance that we will win. But even with that, is that still significant? Because the division suck. But that offensive coordinator, he got Baker Mayfield right. But at the same time, who's at the top? Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles ain't no good head coach. He not gonna lead the Bucs nowhere. Nobody in this division ain't going nowhere until they get their head coach quarterback marriage, and nobody got their head coach quarterback marriage. The jury's still out on Bryce Young. He's very young. We got to see if he could get the coach to get the most out of him. But that's their quarterback. Make no mistake about it. They married to him. They gave up too much for him. They're gonna ride with him till the wheels fall off. They're gonna give him at least a good 5 years before they just move on from him. They just got to find a coach. So they already got half the battle. The Falcons, they ain't got their coach nor their quarterback. So they got a lot of searching to do. Arthur Smith, he pretty much as good as gone. I think he's going to be fired. If they bring him back, I will be shocked. If they bring that dude back, I will be shocked. If they don't go a quarterback in the first round or try to get Justin Fields or try to get Russell Wilson, I will be shocked. Because they can't stick with Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder. They can't. So they need a quarterback and a head coach. The Bucs, Todd Bowles, I don't feel like he's the answer. I feel like he just as worse as Dennis Allen. I feel like Dennis Allen worse, but he just as worse. Him, Arthur Smith, and all them two pieces of all them, all them in that same type of tier. Well, I think Dennis Allen a little bit worse than them, but all them are bad. All us need a new head coach. This whole division need a new head coach. Now, as far as quarterback, I think Baker Mayfield is a stopgap quarterback, but I do think he revived his career enough to where he could go help out a team that need a quarterback. Like, let's just say if the Jets don't draft a quarterback, he could go help out the Jets. Because we don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. He probably play for one more year. He could go help out the Jets, ride the bench for 1 year. And if Aaron Rodgers get hurt, bam, he could be the backup, But I don't think he's the future of the Bucs. Derek Carr, if we get another quarterback, if we get another offensive coordinator, he could get the most out of Derek Carr. I feel like Derek Carr can have a Jared Goff type of season. But we still going to need that head coach. Despite having an offensive coordinator, the head coach is the final decision maker, and he's the person who's looking after the whole team. It's easy to just focus on one unit on the defense. It's easy to do that. But when you got to focus on the offense, the special teams, the defense, you got to worry about all these players individually coming at you, asking you things, and you the boss. When players want permission to do this, when they want permission to do this, when they got to get disciplined, when you got to focus on this staff, this offensive line staff, this tight end coach staff, like you got to focus on all this. It's just way different than just only focus on being a defensive coordinator. So it's a whole different ball game. And like I say, man, the first team to get that quarterback head coach marriage are going to run this division for years to come if the other teams don't follow suit. We did it with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. We ran this division with them. Matt Ryan, what they had going on with Matt Ryan, they gave us some fits. What they had going on with Cam Newton and Ron Rivera, they gave us some fits towards the tail end of Drew Brees and Sean Payton era. The Buccaneers, we was busting their ass in the regular season, but they beat us in the playoffs. So, but for the most part, we ran this division when it came to Sean Payton and Drew Brees because we had that perfect quarterback QB marriage, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to be all about. I ain't trying to be too long. I got like a family function I'm about to get ready to go to. We're gonna have some drinks. We're gonna, probably pop some fireworks. We're gonna celebrate the New Year's. If you're, glad the Saints won today, hey, be careful what you ask for because this about to be a whole lot of ramifications come down with this win. I wanted to lose. I'm upset we lost, but I ain't gonna let that stop me from enjoying the rest of my night. My night could have been way more better if Dennis Allen would have lost, but It is what it is. But y'all just be safe out there when y'all go and see family tonight. If y'all going to like a little function, or if y'all going out, and if y'all drinking, drink responsibly. Be safe. Drive defensively because there's going to be a lot of drunk drivers out tonight. So be careful. You know, watch yourself while you're out there driving on that road tonight. And shoot, just be safe and just we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I think I got a caller. Okay, we're gonna go to Jerry.
What up, no cap?
What up, Jerry? What up?
Not much, man. Just I know you're getting ready to close out in a little bit, but I had to come on here to say a few words before you shut it down for the night. Yes.
Man, go ahead, man. I ain't in no rush to shut it down. It just when nobody calling in. So since you call in, we could go ahead on and thug it out for like 15 minutes. What you got on your mind, man? How you feeling about the win?
Well, to be honest with you, no cap, I really was looking forward to losing this game in Tampa Bay, but New Orleans Saints had other plans, so they came out there and revived themselves and they won. And hey, I'm happy we got the win. And number two, uh, the Falcons lost to the Bears, and number three, I just got through seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Seattle Seahawks. So that's a little bit of help for us. I mean, I don't know. I think they say they finally gave the division to the Bucs. I guess I don't know how it happened, but I guess it says because of a tiebreaker. But hey, but more power to them. But that with Pittsburgh beating Seattle, that put New Orleans in the driver's seat for that final wild card spot. Now the only thing that we definitely got to see later this evening is when the Vikings face the Packers in Minnesota later tonight for Sunday Night Football, and if the Vikings beat the how do you think that's going to happen? I mean, do you want to see the Packers win or do you want to see the Vikings win? Because I think they're trying to get in that spot as well.
Well, I'm not sure about all the other scenarios. Who we got to who we have who we need to lose and who we need to win. I'm not sure of all the other scenarios. All I know is had we took care of business, we wouldn't be in this situation. So I want any scenario that'll help Dennis Allen get to the playoffs. I don't want it to happen. That's my stance, Jerry. That's my stance.
Gotcha.
I honestly feel like the more we win, the more detrimental is going to be to this team. Like if Dennis Allen is getting brung back, we're not going to win no Super Bowl, Jerry. We're not going to win anything of significance, Jerry. We're not going to make no NFC appearances. We're not gonna win no double digit team wins like 12 victories in a season. That's very out of the realm of possibilities with Dennis Allen. Think about this, Jerry. Think about this. This was the easiest schedule and the easiest division that we're gonna get. And on top
Yes.
of that, the injury guards was on our side 10
Mm-hmm.
weeks in. 10 weeks in before we started really dealing with injuries. And
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, the injury guards were giving us breaks. We didn't face Justin Jefferson. We didn't face Kirk Cousins. We didn't face Anthony Richardson. We didn't face Justin Fields. We didn't face a lot of these guys. We didn't face the Titans when they had Will Levis. We didn't face a lot of these people. So this was as good as it's gonna get. This was
Mm-hmm.
it handed on a silver platter, and you
Mm-hmm.
fumbled it.
Mm-hmm. And
So
we know why we fumbled it, and you already know why.
yeah. So as
Told
long as
you.
he's here, we ain't going nowhere. It's just gonna be a roller coaster every year, and we're gonna be not horrible enough to get a high pick, and we're going to be
Mm-hmm.
not good enough to make a deep playoff one. We're going to be steady Eddie every year, Jerry. We're going to win about 8, 7 games every year as long as Dennis Allen here. 7 to 8 games every year. Might get lucky. We might get lucky and get 9, but I don't see us winning double digits. So
Well,
we're going
we
to be
are,
steady every year. Just going to be a roller coaster ride in misery.
well, as of right now, I mean, we're sitting at 8-8 right now, and like I said, we got the Falcons to close out next week. So, and I think they were saying, I think I think the doubleheaders like gonna be on. I think they say ESPN and ABC. I think Saturday. I think they say around 3:30 ish. I think around Central Standard Time and 7 o'clock of next Saturday, and some of the games gonna be on Fox and CBS. Like I think around like 12 o'clock slots and 3:25 slots, and they got Sunday Night Football to close out. So I'm just waiting to see which day they probably. I think they're saying it might be Saturday that the Saints and the Falcons might play, but I wouldn't
Well,
mind it
yeah,
to be
they might flex the game. Like that's the
it.
whole purpose. That's the
it
whole purpose of having these division games last
yeah,
on the
I think it's
schedule.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be prime time. I think. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be 3:30 or 7 o'clock. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, we'll be ready.
I
I mean,
mean,
I'll take seven
If it's
o'clock.
a
I'll take
Saturday,
7 o'clock. I mean, it don't matter to me.
yeah, if it's a Saturday game, it's going to be prime time for sure. But you know,
Yeah.
you got playoff implications on the line. It's going to be, that's a that's. But see, stuff like that is why people think the NFL is just rigged because just look how everything just went our way today. It just seemed like the Buccaneers. It just seemed like they just forgot how to play football. It just
Mm-hmm.
seemed like they just forgot how to. Just everything went our way on offense, defense, and special
Yeah.
teams.
I mean,
But
hey, look what happened Saturday night with Detroit and Dallas, and look how that turned out.
yep,
I mean,
that
I mean, people were still buzzing about that, about Saturday night. I mean, when homeboy caught that, when they always talking about what one of your offensive linemen is like an eligible player as a receiver, but when after Detroit scored that touchdown Saturday night, and I thought they were just seconds away from pulling the upset in Dallas, but it didn't happen that way. I mean, we already know how that happened.
Well, with that particular play, I do believe that he told the referee he was eligible. You see it on video, but it's other things people are talking about. Well, even if he did tell him, it was just other illegal stuff that happened in a formation, like um just the way the formation was, like they did other things wrong. So either way it go, you know, had the referee knew he was eligible, they still probably would have called something else and it would have helped Dallas. So
Right.
at the end of the day, people are talking about it on social media. People are furious, but at the end of the day, people are talking about it. And as long as people talking
Oh
about
yeah.
it, agent, that's
Nonstop.
all. That's all the NFL care about. That's all the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
Pammy
And
said,
dude,
"Is if we
yeah,
win, fine. If we lose, I'm fine. Just, just
just even Steven,
even.
no
No,
expectations.
yeah,
Pammy, me and Dolph were just talking about you earlier when we were talking about your generational kicker, talking about grouping. That that's what Dolph called Pammy Whammy's favorite kicker, the generational kicker. No,
well,
we
yeah.
like to have, but Pammy, we love you, baby. We know we love you.
Play
Hope your
groupie.
night is
He
hope
made
your
three.
night is going well, Pammy. Happy 2024 to you and yours, and everybody else. Happy 24 coming in. So hope y'all like No Cap say. If y'all staying in, great. If y'all have like watch night services at your churches or whatever y'all do, just get there safe and come back home safe, so we won't have any breaking news about something happening going into the new year.
Yeah, man. Today, about to be New Year's. A lot of people about to be drinking. A lot of young people about to be drinking. So, like I say, man,
More power to them.
even if you sober, drive defensively. If y'all out on that road tonight, go and see family or whatnot, go and see your little boo or whatnot. Drive defensively and
Man,
just pay
yeah,
attention, stay focused. Because it's about to be a whole lot of crazy driving tonight. So
what you say, bro?
y'all be
Because
safe.
I see it like every day. But the only thing on the safe side out of me, only thing I'm gonna do tonight is just go to watch night service at my church, and after I'm finished, after we ring in 2024, back to the house, I'm calling it a night. And I ain't but 5 minutes away, so I'm good.
All right, well, sure, that's good, Jerry. Well, you got anything else left you want to close out with, Jerry?
Now, man, I think we just covered up everything, and let's just see what happens next before we play the Falcons next weekend, whatever day we play, whatever time they put us in. So wait and see what happens.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Jerry, man. You have a nice night, and be safe, man.
You too, my brother. And if I don't talk to you again, you have a blessed night and a happy 2024 coming in, man. Hopefully next time we'll hear some good later this week.
All right, man.
All right, man. You be blessed, my brother.
All right.
All right.
Pammy said she checked out at least by week 5. Man, I checked out after that Vikings game, man. That was right after that Vikings game. That's why I checked out. I think after we played the Vikings, we played the Falcons, and I just wanted the Falcons to win so bad. If I'm not mistaken, we played the Falcons. I forgot, but I just know the Vikings game was after I checked out, Pammy. Dana says the hell with it. Yeah, but shit, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all before I go visit my family or whatever. About to go over there and bust some ass in spades. Yeah, I don't know if y'all play spades or not. Y'all probably play spades, Uno, dominoes. Y'all gonna be playing cards for shots with family and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna go get on that spades table. I'm gonna try to go run the table tonight. Me and my family, we take that very seriously and very personally. And we got like a whole spades belt and everything. You stay on the table, you get that spades belt. I like to be setting a motherfucker me around here. That's what I like to do. I don't get on the dominoes. I don't really like to mess with the Uno spades. That's my shit. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna go ahead on and get on that tequila, you know, and drink tonight away, and have some fun and dance with the family. I ain't get that Dennis Allen loss I was hoping for, but it's all good. I ain't gonna let it ruin my little weekend or whatever. We still got next weekend to see what's gonna happen with the Falcons. We're gonna wait and see how they gonna flex these games, see what times they come on, and after that we could just only go by what we see. Hopefully they let the Bucs play the Panthers first, because I'd rather the Bucs play the Panthers first, so that way we really know what we're going to be playing for with that Falcons game. That way it's just way more interesting. I feel you, Cap and Dana. Yes, indeed. Be safe, everyone. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on and close out the show. Like I say, man, y'all drive safe tonight. Once y'all feel y'all limit, if y'all drinking tonight, once you feeling good, that's enough. That's all you need right there. And sure, let's bring it into this 2024 with more success. Hopefully, this next season be a better season than this season, which I doubt, because we got Dennis Allen. I feel like we ain't going nowhere with him. It's gonna be like the same old song and dance. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. I'm looking forward to the draft right now. That's the only thing I'm really worried about. I'm worried about the draft. Like, at the end of the day, Dennis Allen, he will be fired. Make no mistake about it. He just on borrowed time right now. He will be fired, but will he be fired 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years? All I can hope is that he just draft well for the next coach. That's all I can hope. But I'm about to go ahead on and cut the show. It's coming up on the hour now. Y'all be safe out there, who that family, and this is a good little stream. I just had to come up in here and come talk to y'all before I go ahead on and head to my family house. But y'all be safe tonight. Happy New Year's, happy holidays, and stay safe, stay blessed, and who that.